and welcome back to the NFLduToilet Fantasy Football TV series. My name is James. I'm your commissioner for this upcoming season. And of course, right now we're going to continue on with our owner introductions. This week we bring you none other than Chris Kiers, former commissioner of NFLduToilet. He has passed the mantle on to me. Of course, we're trying to step it up by having a YouTube series and try to make him look bad. But he is taking care of the finances. He continues to be our financial consultant and takes care of all the banks, so we're pretty excited about that. At least I'm excited about that because I don't want to deal with anybody's money, except when I'm winning, of course. Now, as far as outside of fantasy football, Chris is pretty lucky, has an amazing life, great with the kids, coaches some soccer, has an amazing kid, can bend it into the upper 90, also plays goalie. But in fantasy football, his luck is basically the opposite. And we can talk a little bit about that later in the video with some of the challenges he's faced, especially just last season, narrowly missing the playoffs by one game. Not only one game, less than half a point combined. So let's take a look at Chris and let's see what some of the other owners have to say about him.
What can I say about Chris that he hasn't already said about me? Apparently a lot, because he couldn't even take the time out of his busy, retired work schedule to comment on my team in last week's show. But I will give Chris credit. He's one of those guys that will make sure you make it home safe after a long night. Just next time he's got to make sure he tucks me into bed and doesn't let me go take a bath. Thanks, Chris. Your team sucks.
So, Chris, just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Looking around the rest of the league, and this is the guy doing all the fucking. Am I right? I'm right. This guy fucks.
Let's see what to say about Chris and his team. Even though he generally beats me, he very rarely finishes ahead of me in the standings. I believe he thinks a pinata is the equivalent of a championship, and he definitely does not have a plethora of either one of those or even one of those. As it goes, well, you say that you have a plethora, and I would just like to know if you know what a plethora is. I would not like to think that a person who would tell someone he has a plethora and then find out that that person has no idea what it means to have a plethora. Good luck, El Guapo.
Mr. Kiers, the one and true commish, every year has the best draft. And because he's so goddamn stubborn, every year that team goes down in flames because you won't trade. I won't kill you. Make a trade. Just saying. As you can see, I had to pull over on the side of the road here because we got some breaking news. Our ex-commissioner, Chris Kiers, just got a A- on his last mock draft. Very solid start, CMC to begin with, and then Lamar Jackson on the way back. And how do I know this? Because he keeps fucking sharing his mock draft results. Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Gentlemen, new to this toilet league. Guess I'm supposed to make some video for Chris. Well, Chris, fuck you.
Now, if you've been following our series, you'll see that is actually Paul's first introduction to the league, and what a way to introduce yourself there, Paul. I think you're going to fit in real well with this group of guys here. And, I want to give my take on Chris. Chris is someone that, over the years, as far as, parenting advice, father advice, I've really looked up to him. But when it comes to fantasy football, like I said before, his luck is so bad. I love playing against Chris. Every season, I have my best game from some of the most unusual players or some of my top players. Last year, I went into Monday Night Football down by 48 points. All I had was the Baltimore tight end. And sure enough, he pulls off about 48.2 points thanks to going into overtime. Of course, we all know that Chris goes to bed early because by mid-season, he starts to look a little bit like this. And, it's a little bit funny. Like I said, his luck is so bad. We like to call this the mid-season look by Kiers. And when we get into a little bit, he does have luck outside. One thing, he doesn't really have to put up with a lot of trash talk when it comes to the Wiseman brothers.
Down and 5. Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet. airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree.
Oh my God. This ball's thrown and Tyree just goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down. And Eli, man, I don't know how he got out of there. I thought he was on the ground and then he came out of the pile and just slings it.
That has got to be one of my favorite plays of all time, and most people think it's the greatest catch in all of Super Bowl history. Of course, Nick and Damian probably hate seeing that. It's not reasonable to think that's ever going to happen again. But, for Chris's sake, he's able to just basically give the middle finger to those guys, and he doesn't have to listen to any of their talk when it comes to fantasy football. Now, before we say goodbye and close off tonight, Chris did have a few words himself for the rest of the league.
NFLduToilet. I hate this league and I hate all of you, but I'm going to keep coming back because I cannot seem to win this thing. Middle every year. Middle draft pick, middle finishes until last year when I had my best draft ever, strongest team in the league, couldn't get a freaking win. But I love it. I'm going to keep coming back. Good luck to the new guys, but I'm going to take you all down.
Chris, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's a threat no one is afraid of, and that is you winning the league. Thank you guys so much for checking in this week with us, NFLduToilet. Please, if you like these videos, check us out on TikTok, check us out on YouTube, like the video, and for the love of God, there's 11 other people in the league. There should at least be 11 likes on the damn video. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on Friday when we release our top 10 quarterback average in the league. Have a good night, everybody.